Hi, Libra Sun and Rising. Welcome to your December 2020 Astro Update. It's Raina here. Well, I just went on for 20 minutes and I was talking about the wrong house, so back to the drawing board. So, for you, Libra, December is a month where you're going to have this alignment of Jupiter and Saturn. You might have heard about this in Aquarius. And some call it the event because it's happening at the same time as a winter solstice and or summer solstice, depending on where you live. And this is something that is quite special because Jupiter and Saturn are not only in this universal sign of Aquarius, which really represents humanity as a whole, but also they're the closest they've been in hundreds of years. So it's special on that front as well. And at the time of the solstice, it's really bringing in the quality of the sun. The sun becomes very powerful at the time of each change of season because it's going into a cardinal sign, and that signals change. And by the way, you're a cardinal sign, Libra, so that's why you represent in the northern hemisphere the fall. And we've already been through that one, so now we're in the winter phase. So as the month begins, on the very first day of the month, Mercury goes into Sagittarius, which is a truth teller. And in your particular case, Mercury is in its own house, the third house. Now, it stands to reason, but I will say it again, that this is a general forecast. It depends on your exact degree of sun or rising, how each house cusp is, what degree it is, and that affects the timing. So Mercury rules the third house in the sign of Gemini in the universal chart, and it represents teaching and learning, communicating in various forms. The internet nowadays is obviously the main way that we communicate, or definitely one of the main ways. So this can be the house of the media, elementary school, mundane knowledge, any kind of training that you're getting, or if you're teaching at lower grades. And so this is the house of siblings, brothers and sisters, and aunts and uncles, cousins, so extended family members, neighbors. And so you just might be also, Mercury can be travel, but it's the local area. And you might be just here, there, and everywhere, just kind of really expressing yourself and maybe getting some kind of training. Who knows? But this is a month for that because on the 14th, there's actually a solar eclipse here. So there's some reason why this particular area is highlighted for you. You could say if you're writing a book or something along those lines, that could certainly be a project that you have embarked upon. And with all the personal planets direct, this is a good month to embark upon a new project. So when we have a solar eclipse here on the 14th, this is going to just enhance all of this and really plant new seeds of possibilities for you in this mental house area. So how that will manifest with you, I don't know. But if you are wanting to become certified in something, for instance, that could be something that is happening for you. On the 15th, Venus goes into Sagittarius, and that's in this house as well. So it's the very next day. Venus can bring some kind of money attached to this. So you might be gaining from maybe you're tutoring children or something. This Venus can be love. Maybe you're finding love through the internet, through online dating or something along those lines. On the 17th, Saturn goes into Aquarius. Saturn was briefly in Aquarius earlier this year, but it wasn't very long, so you might not have noticed anything. Now, for you, because Aquarius is a fellow air sign, and it's the air sign in front of you, Libra, this is going to be your fifth house. Now, this is going to be great because the fifth house is the house of love. You are ruled by Venus, which is the goddess of love and beauty. And so this is really, this is very harmonious with you in more than one way. First of all, because it is a trine, which is the easiest type of aspect, this may be a situation where with Saturn here, you're getting serious about love. Maybe you want to have love come into your life. Now, this may have many different reasons why you would be serious about it. If you're somebody in your 20s and you've been kind of just dating around and not really taking it seriously, and you're getting to the point where you're having your first Saturn return, you may see your social circle kind of starting to settle down with different partners. And it's not necessarily that you're just copying them. You just kind of feel that it's at the time of your life when you want to find somebody that you can live with for the rest of your life, that it's not going to be just a fling. The fifth house is the house of affair. It can be the house of an affair, but falling in love. The seventh house that you rule in the universal chart, Libra, is the house of committed partnership. So there is a difference between love and kind of just commitment, even though commitment is usually made because the person is in love, but still, they're not one and the same. So this is the house of fun and hobbies and things like that as well. And you may not be feeling for the next few years just complete abandon in this area, because Jupiter might make you want to party down. But Saturn wants to be serious and wants to be organized and all this stuff. Now, if you are an artist or an aspiring artist, Saturn in the fifth house can be marvelous for getting a work ethic when it comes to your creativity. Some people are super talented artistically, but they can't get it together in terms of their discipline. And so they might be very, what's the expression where it's just like, erratic. There's an expression, I can't think of it, but you might be kind of erratic in your production, where you just feel inspired and you do something or do a couple of pieces, and then you just stay inactive for long periods of time. And the more you can get into a regular habit, then you can be more prolific. And just by virtue of sitting down and allotting time each day for this area of life, you might be surprised at your output. I mean, if you're a writer, this is like sometimes you might be staring at a blank page or staring at the computer screen if you write by typing instead of by longhand. On the 19th, Jupiter goes into this fifth house and can bring multiple partners. Right? Well, it wouldn't be necessary partners, prospects, people that you might feel like are suitors. I don't know how to put it in 2020. That seems a little bit old fashioned. But just potential partners, let's put it that way, into your life. Maybe you felt like you've hit a little bit of a drought in terms of romantic partners, and now you have more possibilities. Now, if Venus in Sagittarius on the 15th in that third house has been something connected to signing up for a, what do you call those, online dating, then that makes perfect sense that Jupiter in this house has given you multiple opportunities because I can imagine that online, if you just fill out some kind of an application, that they send it to so many people, and if they liked what they read or liked what they saw, then you have like all these potential partners to choose from. Jupiter in the fifth house can make you prolific in terms of your creative output as well. And you can have luck with children. So if you've been studying to be like an elementary school teacher, then you may have multiple opportunities in early childhood for some kind of a position. On the 20th, Mercury goes into Capricorn. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, it's funny because now that I've done it a second time, now I'm still getting confused. Um, yeah, on the 20th, Mercury goes into Capricorn, and for you, this is the fourth house of home and family. So you had Mercury in the third that was dealing with extended family members and brothers and sisters, and now you have Mercury in the fourth house, which can deal with mother specifically, but also just parents in general. And Mercury can also be some kind of like a document. So if the fourth house can be real estate. So if you're selling your house or buying a new house and you have to sign that I don't know what you call it, mortgage or whatever, you have to get all that together, then that might be what is going on. On the 21st, we have the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, plus Jupiter and Saturn in conjunction. This is what has been called the event, because Jupiter and Saturn are the closest they've been in so many years, and hundreds of years. And in addition to that, they're in the sign of Aquarius, which is a sign of humanity. And so that is considered quite magical. And for you, it's in this fifth house. So if you're doing any holiday parties, I don't know with all the shutdown if that's even happening, but that might be some place where you meet this person and maybe it feels like time stood still because you just feel this sense of this was meant to be, because this is at the time of the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere where we're celebrating the sun coming back into strength. And so it's like, it's gone to the farthest it's down it's going, and now it's rising up again, kind of like a resurrection, if you will. And Jupiter and Saturn in the sign of the humanitarian, Aquarius, very auspicious. So this is affecting with the Sun going into Capricorn, that's the fourth house, and then you have Jupiter and Saturn, and that's the fifth house, and that can feel like, um, it's very interesting because the fourth house can be your past. And even the fifth house, to be honest with you, Libra, that can also be like your inner child. So let's say that you had a either traumatic or at least some kind of feeling of your childhood not being as you would have had it. This can be a very beneficial thing because Jupiter can help you to find that inner child and to celebrate him or her. And Saturn can keep you on the straight and narrow so that you're not just frittering away your leisure time, because the fifth house can be your leisure time. And Saturn wants you to make use of that in a practical way in terms of maybe getting you to accomplish something, making use of some of your creative talents, which you might have, and maybe starting a business, selling a craft or something along those lines. And so more information on Jupiter and Saturn going into Aquarius in your fifth house. I don't know if I've done yours yet, so just check my channel and it'll be there eventually. On the 29th, we have a full moon at 8 degrees of Cancer, another cardinal sign. And in this case, this is your 10th house of career. So this can bring something to prominence with you. This could be recognition for you, some acknowledgement, a promotion you've been working hard on, and then you get it. This can feel like you've reached the apex of, something. For some people, depending on your stage of life, this could be a retirement from your career as well. So, suffice it to say, I think that you have a lot of important transits here, Libra, to end the year 2020. So that's really interesting. And speaking of 2020, we're almost at the end of this year and we have a new year. And I love, I guess you'd call it fantasizing about the future or looking at what transits are coming up and what the themes can be. If you're interested in finding out more specifically how some of these transits will be affecting you, and maybe looking at your natal chart as well, I do have those kinds of readings, chart interpretation and transits, some of the important transits, and you can check my channel. All my readings are on sale until December 17th, as a matter of fact. So the link is below. I'm at RainaMoonAstrology.com. Thank you for listening. Take care. Bye.